You see in everything me, in me everything. In God everything is there, and in the whole universe is permeated by God. So there is no question of separation from Him. That is the point. Okay. So
what is it they say that the only thing that we don't know about God is what He is not.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
That's the only thing we don't know about God is what is He not. No, what is He not?
That means He is everything. Means He is everything, but He is not. We limit Him.
But you can't.
Can you hear me there? You can? Otherwise you can come in the next level, closer low. Ashok can come little interior. Ashok. Yeah. On your same row, come little. Yeah. So you can see everyone. Okay, now we are again in the same reading this bhakti devotion, how to grow love for God. So we have read the other day that listening, same thing repeated again and again. If you think of the Lord, meditate on Him, listen to the glories of the Lord, and you attain bliss and realize Brahman even. So, that was page 4. Okay, I was in the other book. 150. 150. There are the highly sanctified accounts of the Lord's incarnation, of His cosmic activities. There are also His names and hymns on Him, revealing His nature and excellences. If one can singing on page 150 top, there are highly sanctifying accounts of the Lord's incarnations. Lord incarnates, that is a sanctifying factor is there. No? God, who is transcendental, comes down in human body. That's thinking of that itself purifies the heart. And then she says that his cosmic activities, Leela, Bhagavan, when God comes down, he plays certain day-to-day things, does something which is sanctifying also. Like Christ came and Christ told Lazarus, come up, no? As an inspiration for time, endless time. People can think of that. Christ moving to the streets of the Holy Land, no? And giving blessing. Sermon on the Mount, is talking to the devotees and how the devotees flocking. We can imagine that. And even his incarnation, thinking of Christ itself purified. At the same time, his day-to-day acts, enactments, his sayings, how he walked, how he behaved. And in particularly in the case of Krishna, it is called the Vrindavan. Think of the Vrindavan. Where will you think of Vrindavan? In your pure heart. Heart is the real Vrindavan is here. Not the earthly Vrindavan, yes, that is sanctified by Krishna's presence. But even if I go, I may not see anything. But when your mind becomes pure, then you can see Vrindavan here itself. How it will happen? You carry the Lord in your heart. You feel His presence. You keep your mind in the divine sport, how He acted, how He talked, how He redeemed people, how He blessed everyone. Think, say Ramakrishna. In recent age, it is very documented, so it is much easier. Reading the gospel, one page after another page, you be in presence of the Sri Ramakrishna. So your heart automatically gets. So these are the purifying things. You can think of the incarnation. Incarnation itself is God Himself. Therefore, even thinking of them, Swami Shivananda used to see, just look at Ramakrishna. That's enough. It's so pure. God, others in early incarnations, these are all, we see the portraits of them in painting or in sculpture. No, science has not been developed to have a exact photograph. No, so it carries some imagination of some people, but it is no imagination exactly was caught. God was caught into the photograph. So when you think of Him and think of His glories, then what happens? Your mind becomes automatically purified. So there are, say, His cosmic activities. There are also His names and hymns on Him revealing His nature and excellences. Many things are composed on the glory of the Lord, glory of Hindu gods and goddesses, Ramakrishna. Such huge book has come out already. People preparing some hymns, songs, prayers. No, Swami Vivekananda composed poem on Sri Ramakrishna, and how many compositions have come. So you cannot meditate. Just repeat that, chant those verses, sing that hymns, songs. That also is purifying. No? And His name and excellences. Singing and hearing about this, what happens? One should wander about without any attachment and fear of criticism and ridicule. How to live a life? You want to lead a God-centered life? It's a plan of life, how you are to live. You live in the world not to be going away from the world or not doing your duties, but you live in the world thinking of the incarnation, thinking of His divine actions, thinking about His name, thinking about His beautiful divine form, and take the name, sing the glories, chant, pray, all this, and roam around the world with this type of feeling. Then you will be, the human birth should be. It's a framework of life, day-to-day activity, how we should live in the world to be spiritualizing our life. So this is the, now 23rd verse. 23rd verse. No yatra sravanadini, no yatra sravanadini, rakshognani swakarmasu, rakshognani swakarmasu, masu kurvanti sattvatang bhartur, kurvanti sattvatang bhartur, yatu dhanyascha tatrahi, yatu dhanyascha tatrahi. So what happens when there is a recital of the glories of the Lord? There's some bhajan singing. See, we have Kirtan day. When you have Kirtan day, when you have Ramnam day, just you come and you may not be singing even, just listening. Your mind will be in a different plane. May not, if you understand what they're chanting, if that mantra is understand, then it will be much more. Even don't. The musical note and the ambience of the creates a mental mood. So it says that where the recital of the Lord's name and His glories, so potent in driving away evil influences, is not hard. They are the demonesses of cruelty, fraud, oppression, etc. That means where in the mind of a person, this recital of the name, of the chant of the glories of God and His divine actions does not enter.
Swami, that means to me we live in a deeply criminal world.
It is in consideration to the pure, in peaceful, joyful life. Actually, when we forget God, that is a evil life. in comparison to this high
They
standard.
use these words: cruelty, fraud, oppression,
Yeah.
and demoness.
Look at that.
Demonic world, etheric world. It's
Yes.
a deeply criminal world.
Yeah. That is, look at that. Who have no God in their life, who have no values of higher spirituality, meaning, purpose of life. Normally they get into world and worldliness. And as much one goes into the world and worldliness, he becomes mean, unkind, selfish. Naturally, it is not that everyone is in the same standard, but it is moving towards that journey. And if one thinks of God, what will happen? Generosity, love, unselfishness, suffering for the cause of others, meaningful life. That develops, opens up.
Yeah, well, I think, I don't know if this is true, but that, for example, here, since the Lord's name is sung and there's prayer and everything, that it affects this community, but it also affects all the surrounding community, that energy goes out into the community. And then if there's other churches, and they're doing the same kind of things in their own way, then that's helping.
Yeah, that's true. That creates the vibration, that creates the environment that we can find. You go to a very a place you do not know, you don't see people, but your heart feels little uncomfortable. You do not know. There are wrong vibrations, uh, wrong activity, wrong people thinking negative thoughts and so intense. Suppose suddenly you go to some gang people where they live and day and night, they think that we always radiate our vibrations. No, whatever you are, you are, but you also radiate that waves around you. So when spiritual people are many together, that creates that's a temple. Temple is a assemblage of so many people who are thinking of God. And that is a different environment. And when there is cruelty, where there is negativity, selfishness, all these mean things just for momentary, what do you call, success, gratification, or momentary gain, people get engaged. They're competing world. All these things go in a very different way. Spiritual life also may be competing, but very few people do that competition. I should have to do more japa. Oh, I saw he is doing. I'll do more. I'll do more prayer. I'll read more. I'll get absorbed into this holy thought more. There is a competition. That's a good competition that improves the quality of individual and also in early days in Belun Mott, when this this monastery was first set by Vivekananda, Brahmananda and others. In the Baranagar monastery, what was their competition? How much each one is getting absorbed in God. Not to really compete in that sense, but each one is getting inspiration. Oh, he's doing so much. Let me do a little more. That competition made this spiritual organization the foundation of the spiritual organization. So it is intense spiritual life has created. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, the spiritual forces which will generate from this center, meaning Belur Math headquarters after establishing, it will go all over the world, and its impact 1500 years. He has given one statement like that, 1500 years, meaning it's for a long time. Its impact will spread all over because it is based on no other thought but divinity, purity, love, concentrated devotion to God and God realization.
Does Belur Math still have the goal of growing the organization and making more temples and more centers?
We don't create immediately temples, but centers are created in different countries. Previously, because our number is not that much, so the style was that we should have quality rather than quantity. Many places you find that with some movement started maybe 5 years ago, they maybe have 120, 40, 50 centers. But our growth is very slow. I see after so many years, Swamiji passed away. The center, it is 1897, Swamiji established this Belur Math. It is how much? 1997, and how many years now? 97, 2000, 120. It's 120 years just now. We have only 200 centers. But you go to each center, if you go and see, watch, it's a tremendous activity. Particularly here we are very low key, but in India you can get the, and how many sadhus are working. But now they are moving. Now a tendency, people are calling from different countries. We have our center in Myanmar, but that was to be closed because of military. Yeah, and they came with a gun and said, "Give the keys, get out." So we had big hospital center run started earlier, and they had to come away. But now they are again with the devotees' request. They are trying to go there in Lusaka. They have started center. So now in different parts of the world they are trying to go, but we need more manpower.
You need more monks too?
Yeah.
But it's impossible to have center as of now in China.
Not necessarily except in China. There may be many countries all over the globe. How many countries are there? So
But communist countries, I think usually they will try to stop this.
they will stop. But we have not also not that much power to go and see. Russia we have. It's a communist country means what? Russia we have 2 centers. So Moscow and another is St. Petersburg. So 2 places. But not that we are very big. Because there are many problems. They will not give you the immigration approval for your longer stay. So after 1 year, then again say denial, you go back and then again apply and wait and all protocol, this, that. You cannot run a center like that. You stay here for 2 years and then you are driven out. Then you again try to come back. And we are not treated there. So some of our Swamis are there as a professor, Sanskrit teacher, teaching Sanskrit. That in that respect, communist government allow you to go. Hare Krishna movement is there in Russia, and they are very much influenced. Local people are very much influenced by this movement of singing and dancing. As a result, the local there is also different problems. Christian people, they don't like that any other Hindu organization will enter, and they create trouble, and also government is not supportive. So all these difficulties come, but at least our Krishna company devotees, they are local people more, and their congregation is a strong congregation. So if they do something wrong, they go on fight with each other. But Ramakrishna people, they say, okay, let us go back.
Different attitude.
Different attitude, and they were also, we cannot actually, our is more of, as you see, we are talking about intellectually or more of a practicing religion. That's also practicing, but in an intellectual level, study more, little contemplative, little philosophic, like that more. And singing, dancing, puja, that masses can get attracted. That's why we get our puja days, say 200 people will come. Say 150, 200 people come. But for class lectures, see how many come. So no, what we are studying, that they see that where where this is not, that means people don't recite the name of the Lord, and His glories. It has so much potential power. That's why you do the Ramnam, all the demons and ghosts will run away. Name, power of the holy name. So this idea that whatever you do for God, you create a holy environment. And there are all these negativities from individual's mind, the meanness, unkindness, gradually wipe out. And also the people around, they become a wonderful companion, God-centered people. Okay, so the other translation, the same verse. where there is no hearing of the sacred narratives. That means they don't talk about the glory of the incarnation or holy saints, life of the saints. They don't discuss. Say, we have the disciples of Ramakrishna, both householder disciple and monastic disciple. You read their life, you see, you get inspired because they lead a life. So this type of hearing where there is not, or the glory of the Lord is not done, of the Satattvas, there is the demons prevail in their career of mischief. Then with family tradition where future people of that generation, they go downgrade.
Maharaj, he says demons, but this one says demonesses.
Demonesses.
I was wondering if it lies.
It's just a language.
But demons is also.
Demons is that means the demonic nature grows. This language.
But it doesn't have to be a feminine
demon. No.
Yeah, that's on the translator.
Translation.
That's not right. Yeah.
That's what when I heard him say demon, I said, okay.
Yeah.
Demonesses. Yeah, it is translated like that, and also maybe Rakshu Agnani Shakarvasu. Yeah, but sense is that it is the only evil negativity prevails more. Yeah. Now, next verse is the long verse. Jivha na bhakti bhagavad guna namodheyam. Jivha na bhakti bhagavad guno namodheyam. Okay, again. Slowly. Jivha no bhakti bhagavad guno namadheyam chetascha nasmarati taccharanarvindam chetascha nasmarati taccharanarvindam Krishnaya namati jat shira ekadapi Krishnaya no namati jat shira ekadapi tananadhya tan anayodham adham asato akrito vishnu krityan. Last one is complicated. Tananayadham asato akrito Vishnu krityan. Tananayadhva asato akrito Vishnu krityan. It's very beautiful verse. It says Jiva. Jiva means the tongue. If this tongue no bhakti does not say, tongue does not talk about God, or tongue does not take the name of the Lord. This tongue is used for talking, no? We talk whole day, but we all talk mundane things. If the tongue uses for God and His glories, then it is a purposeful utilization of the tongue. So he says that you may, this is translation has been done differently, from beginning to end to beginning. So here it says, those whose tongue does not utter virtues of the Lord, Jivha, tongue, no bhakti, does not say, what does not say? Bhagavad Guna Namadheyam. The glory, Guna is the glory, Nama is the name. And so who does not? Jivha, the tongue, if it no bhakti, does not say, what does not say? Bhagavat Guna Namadheyam. Glories of the Lord, Bhagavat means Bhagavan, God. Nama, name, and His glories. If the tongue does not speak about the glories of the Lord, and Chetaschana Smarati, Cheta means the heart, the mind. is not smarati. Mind does not think of the feet of the Lord. Taccharanarabindam. Krishnayo no namati jat sira. Sira means the head. Whose head does not bow down to the Lord Krishna even once a day. What is his life? It is giving more emphasis on utilization of the tongue, utilization of the mind, utilization of your body, body to prostrate before the Lord, mind to think of God, tongue to speak of the God, eyes to see the beauty of the Lord, ears to hear the glories of the Lord. Let all the sense organs absorb God. That should be the purpose. And one who does not do that, then he lives in Naraka. Naraka means in hell. His life is hellish life. So hell is life because this world and worldliness, which ultimately there is no joy, there is no peace, there is no satisfaction. So living in that type of life is a Krishna. So where there is no bring those whose tongue does not utter the virtues of the Lord, whose hearts are not fixed on his lotus feet, whose heads do not even for once bow down to Lord Krishna, and also those who did not perform their worship to Vishnu. It continues to the next one. They go to Naraka. Naraka means hell. So you may fetch to Naraka. This is a different translation, what we are reading now. So you see, the main Sanskrit is the same. Two people have translated. How much appears apparently different. This book, when you are reading this book, here we find that he's saying, you may fetch to Naraka, hell, such wicked persons as have eschewed worship of Vishnu from their life. That means those who don't think of God at all. They have thrown away God from the life. It's a very beautiful one. Who have eschewed God from your heart. Whatever they do, they never think of God. That is the major thing. Persons whose tongues have never uttered the names of the Lord, indicative of his attributes, whose minds have never kept remembrance of the holy feet of the Lord, and whose heads have never bowed down to him. Then what? Now is I would not read this big one. It's too big.
Yeah. Let's skip that.
Let's skip that. Better to go to that translation.
Yeah.
At 4 or 5 verses, they have taken 25, 6, 7, 27, 28. 25 to 28. 5 verses. What it says? The human ears that have not listened to the recital of the divine glory are mere caves. Caves as to cave, as it were. Giving a bad description.
Yeah.
It is not ugly. It is like a cave. The eye, ears, you think it's good? No. If it does not listen or find joy in listening to the glory of the Lord, it is like a cave. And it is bad. And the voice of men who have not sung of it are mere croaking of the frogs. It's really a bad name. The croaking of the frogs, if you live in the village area, when it rains or it is to be raining and rainy days, the whole night they will hear croaking voice of the frog. All the time going on. It's a disturbance. So the voice which does not talk of God, it is like the croaking voice of the frog. What are you doing? You are not doing anything good to yourself, neither you are giving joy to others. When you hear some joyous speech or talk, say you read Swami Vivekananda, you read Sri Ramakrishna, you read Holy Mother, you read any holy saints, you see, they are so much soothing. And whole day talking about mundane things, what is the joy in it? So it is like you're useless. It's useless. The sense of uselessness is being projected. Bhakta wants to utilize all the sense organs for God and God only. So, croaking like a frog. A man's head, though decorated with silk and turban, is a mere burden to bear if it is not accustomed to bowing down to the Lord. Yeah, beautiful head. You can design it and this and that. It is useless unless you bow down to the Lord. Head is for bowing down to reduce your ego. So this is the devotional attitude. And if it is not accustomed to bowing down to his arms, hand, though wearing shining golden ornaments, are purposeless, like those of a corpse, a dead body. Dead body, you may decorate, you may do whatever. It is dead body. It is meaningless. It will smell soon. So similarly, you are decorating your hand with ornaments and etc. But if they are not used to the service of the Lord, for the Lord you do. That's why in all Hindu temples, people give the all gold and jewelry offering to the Lord. It is good if this hand is utilized for service of God. If it is not utilized, then it is only mere external beauty.
And what do the priests do with all the gold?
Huh?
What do the priests do with all the gold that people give to the Lord?
I do not know. They probably the management gets the money, and that maintains their church or their temples, and sometimes huge amount of money are stored. Even they do not know.
Yeah, it happened, right?
It happened.
Yeah.
One monastic organization, which was maybe for 700,000-800,000 years old. So they suddenly found that there is how many huge amount of wealth is hidden there. Even who is the in charge Swami, he didn't know it. It was kept in some place, and as things come, store it there, because given to God, what will you do? Sometimes they sell those things, maybe. I do not know. But devotee is giving with devotion. That means hands should be utilized for that. The eyes that are not accustomed to seeing the divine images are equal to the eyes of a peacock feather. Meaning, peacock feather looks good. We all like it. But what will you do with it? You can decorate it. It is decorative. So he is saying that eyes that are not accustomed to seeing God, they are decorative. They are beautiful. We say, oh, the eyes are so beautiful. Huh? So we glorify the eyes. But those eyes are meaningless. Does not come to any good unless it is accustomed to see the divine image. And the legs of people who do not walk to and go round holy places are comparable to the trees. This is like it is useless stump. But if it takes you to the holy pilgrimage, it takes you to go circumambulate around the temple. Repeat in Indian style is that wherever when you go to any temple, you make a circumambulation, thinking that you are circumambulating God. The whole world, God is the center of the world, no? So if you circumambulate around the deity, then you have covered the whole world. There is a story of Kartikeya and Ganesha. The two are brothers of Ma Durga. Mother Durga one day said that he one who will be able to go round the world and come back quickly, I will give this ornament, the necklace, very costly necklace. So Mother Durga told to the two children, and these two children thought that, okay, Ganesha, he only goes slowly. Why? His ride is mouse. And the mouse moves very slowly. Mouse has a philosophy. Mouse, what? It cuts the things, no? So it cuts your bondage. So he is intelligent. So he is moving like that. And Kartikeya, he has a peacock. He flies on peacock. Peacock runs like that. So to comparison, the Kartikeya thought, I will beat my brother today. He will not be able to. I will get the golden necklace. So he started running with the peacock speed and went round to come circumambulating the world. And Ganesha, he went slowly, and Mother Durga was there. He went around like that and came back and prostrated. Well, what? I have circumambulated the world. You are the cause of the world. So I have gone around, and Mother said, okay, take that. So by now, Kartikeya came back, roaming around the whole world, riding on the peacock speed, jet speed, in comparison to mouse speed. So he said that, what? How can we get the necklace? I am just coming back, and what did you do? You didn't go anywhere. Then he said, yes, Mother is this. Mother is everything. So if you go around the Divine Mother, it is her creation. That means you have covered the whole world and more. So it is a knowledge. So by that and by that act, that's why circumambulating around the temple or around the deity is a custom. You go to North India, you go to South Indian temple, even you go to our Belur Math temple. Ramakrishna's image is in the middle, and then you go and you circumambulate. You go to Krishna temple, they go and circumambulate. Thinking that I can, oh Lord, I am unable to go to the whole world, but you are the embodiment of the world. So my feet is here. I am circumambulating. Utilization of your every organ of your body.
And these days you can say like that, through the mouse click you can go to World Wide Web, www. And you know everything about the world through the mouse click.
That is true. Page 151. 151. A man, and I am in the last 3-4 lines of the first verse. A man who has never touched the holy dust sanctified by the feet of the devotees of the Lord is indeed a living corpse. All this corpse, this, that is saying means it is meaningless, it is useless. If a man who has never touched the feet or the dust of the holy people, that means he is not craving for the holiness. If he does not, then he is like a living corpse. And he who has not smelled the fragrance of the tulasi leaves from the feet of the holy images of Vishnu is a veritable breathing corpse. Because tulasi is considered most holy. Basil leaf.
They call it tulsi too, right?
Tulsi. That is a tulsi. Same thing.
Holy.
Huh?
Holy.
Whole Vaishnava world, tulsi is considered most holy. Wherever there is any Vishnu temple, you will find that there is a tulsi leaf. And really, its fragrance. Now people are preparing tulsi tea.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
true.
Yeah.
Because it is
That
health
morning
health
We
wise.
cook with it all the time.
Huh?
It's very prevalent in Italian cooking. Basil.
Acha.
Sorry, Swami.
That's okay. So this is giving you that everything which the senses God has given, it is to be utilized for something, to relate to God, to worship God, to go around God, to see God, to listen to God. That's why even we wave the incense to the Lord, and then you take the prasad. That means it is, then you are thinking sanctified. When you connect with God, anything you connect with God, it gets sanctified. And then you can enjoy for yourself. And that will purify your body, mind, and soul. That's why food we offer for offering, we take to the Lord. People will think, those who have no feeling like that, they will think whatever ritual they are doing. They brought a plate of food with so much sincerity. They prepared the food No, it should not be leather, this, that, so much rules are here. And then they put the plate there and take away. Wow, what is this going on? It is a meaningless ritual, no? But now, this is the meaning, that it is sanctified, sanctified. And your mind goes, you say, I am not eating today, I am taking prasad. When you say prasad, it has a deep impact. In the Calcutta, people go to Belur Math. So they make a big line to get prasad. Their number is huge number. Every day there may be 2,000-3,000 people are. Every day. It is nothing. 30,000-40,000 on special days. So
How many cooks do they have?
they are mechanized now. They will
But
have
the
to do.
service is wonderful.
Ah,
You stand in big line, but it moves.
ah,
It's not like you wait a long time.
long time.
I was
But
amazed.
but you know, because people they make a big line, maybe 1 mile sometimes. 1 mile, could you believe?
But everywhere in India they do that, right?
I do not know how much
They
every.
do.
And there are
But
temple,
Mat was special.
temple everywhere. But people, why they stand? You'll be surprised that the hot sun, they are waiting for one bowl of khichdi. Khichdi is such meaningless thing. They are rich people, they can collect money, but they are waiting. It is a prasad, it is a prasad, no? With that feeling, their mind is getting sanctified. So, bhakta will take to the tongue, jiva, it will be for talking about God, eyes, seeing the glory of the Lord or seeing the beauty of the Lord, ear, to listening to the glory of the Lord, nose to smell, to get the smell or the fragrance of the Lord's fragrance, tongue as prasad like that, or talk about God, and then feet to roam around the holy places of pilgrimage related to God. That's why India, how in such a vast country, so many sadhus live whole life because they leave their home and they go around the places of pilgrimage. And India, everywhere, there is a place of pilgrimage. There is a temple. You move few steps, you can find some temple. It is a Shiva temple, it is a Kali temple, it is a Durga temple. Temple, 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 temple. So this book translates, the ears of those who do not listen to the glorious acts of the mighty Lord are mere holes in their head. Head, there is a hole. Ugly. That means he says it's ugly. The wicked tongue that does not sing the hymns of the Lord, who is glorified by all, is like that of a croaking frog. The head, the highest limb of human body, adorned, it may be with a silk dress or jeweled crown. You may have a jewel crown, you may be wearing a crown, costly crown, jewel crown, is mere a burden if it does not bow down to the Lord, the Savior. The hands, adorned though they may be with gold bracelets, are lifeless like those of a corpse that do not engage in the service of worship to Lord Hari. The eyes that do not look at the symbols of the Lord are like the spangles of the peacock's feather. The legs that do not walk to the shrine of the Lord are like the trunk of a tree. That man is a mere breathing corpse who never places the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord on his head, or who does not inhale the fragrance of the tulasi leaf that had come in contact with the feet of the Vishnu. Why? The tulasi is offered at the feet of the Lord. That's why touching the feet, tulasi was pure, it becomes more purified. So when you take it, you feel that you are pure.
Is that specific to Krishna and Vishnu?
Mainly, it is called the Vishnu devotion to Rama also. They used to Rama. But all the incarnations, Rama Krishna, we give offer tulasi. Special puja day.
But you wouldn't do it to like to Lakshmi or
Ma Devi also. Normally, if that God and his divine consort,
okay.
they can get.
Not
No,
Shiva.
you cannot give.
Not Shiva.
Not Shiva.
No, never. You cannot give to mother that Tulsi.
Is it?
Lakshmi and yeah, she will get very angry
Uma.
because Lakshmi with Narayana and Tulsi is also his lover. So they have the jealous relationship.
No, it's
It's a soap opera.
Yeah.
That is the called Puranas. Puranas has so much of these things, which is to be done, which not. What is this? Yeah. So if Tulasi cannot be given to Mother
Mother
Lakshmi,
Lakshmi, no, never.
nor Saraswati.
No, Saraswati, because mothers
I,
are.
I
usually
think
for-
no ladies can get Tulasi then. All the male gods can get Tulasi.
Like Shiva, you have to have that.
Shiva you cannot give. Shiva does not like Tulasi.
What does Shiva like?
Bell leaf. Bell.
Bell.
Bilva.
B-E-L.
Bell you never
Do we
tasted?
have that? I don't.
Oh yeah.
It's
Three
It's not a
pronged
common thing.
three-pronged leaves we offer.
Bilva has.
That is called the billa.
Okay.
We don't get it here,
We get it
That's
from
why we
but
don't know about it.
Hindu temple.
Hindu temple you can find. And if you go to what you call Pittsburgh, in not Pittsburgh, what you call Eastananda,
Florida.
Florida, there are bell trees.
Sanadesha Prana sent me to Hindu temple one time
Uh-huh.
for what you put on your fingers.
Uh,
The kusa?
Kusha.
Kusha, yeah.
Kusha is a grass.
Oh, the
Kusha grass.
Oh.
So Shiva likes this bell leaf.
And Mother
Because
Kali also.
it's like the trident then.
No, it is like a three prong of a tree.
Yeah, but
flat
doesn't
leaves.
Shiva hold the trident?
Yes.
So
Ah.
that's related to him.
Maybe. Mother also Kali Puja and all this you need that Bilva.
Anyhow, these are the tradition going on for thousands of years. It is like, we are invited somewhere and given to serve. And we say, I like this, give me that. I don't like that. Huh? And you say, oh, give me this, I don't like that. It is like everyone, when you humanize means you have to go to the human emotions also. Likings, dislikings. Or you will be preferring not much negative or disliking. At least I like more. Preference.
Right.
My stomach goes well with this type of thing. But if you give me other food, my stomach does not tolerate.
Cholesterol.
And Ramakrishna, when he was there, he has this weak stomach. So he cannot, that's why his food should be very soft and very without spice and this and that. When he was before sadhana, he has a strong body. But after that, when it becomes so much sattika, everyone, we used to eat this and that and so many things. But as you grow in spiritual practice, your taste changes. You gradually give up.
So that's why. Yeah.
Even
You
Mahatma
weren't
Gandhi,
Uh,
in his book,
Uh.
he wrote how he had to change his food
hmm.
to maintain his
In nature changes, no? With the
Right.
type of food you take,
Well, like
it
age. Yeah,
Yeah.
just age.
age also. So that means, what is this? What lesson we got it here? We got the lesson that God has given all the senses. Utilize all the senses and absorb God through your eyes, through your ear, nose, tongue, hand, feet. Utilize everything to be connected with God. Let every organ of yours inspire you. And then if it does that, what happens? Then your mind is always getting the same signal. God. God through the eyes, God through ear, God through this, God through this, God through hand, God through feet. No. That means your spiritual growth is becoming quicker. Rather than if only you focus on one thing. That is not possible that you will always be meditating. It's not possible that you can always sit and day and night talk about Atman. But utilize all your senses. Vedanta also says the day and night you do that. But here is it is not discarding anything. You are everything you are enjoying through God. Touch God and come back. Without God, don't take it. Food comes, it should be sanctified by offering to God. Then you take. We all take all the good things come in the name of Sri Ramakrishna. Who eats? We get. As prasad, we call prasad. But we are the people who are eating, but touching God. We call, we in English what we say, touch base, touching the base. No, in our day-to-day life, we also want to keep in touch, touching the base. So God is the base. So how you can enjoy everything, talk everything, see everything, but through God, through God. Now, next one, we have another 5 minutes. Now, this is also 2 verses, no? Acha, we go to the English, huh? Will you make an effort to?
Yes,
Yeah, that's good. Okay, that alone is real. Yeah, that alone is real faculty of speech, which is used for reciting. This has been said by whom? These 5 verses we read. It is Saunaka on how human life is meaningless without devotion. In the Bhagavad, there are many stories, many circumstances. So one circumstance is Saunaka. Saunaka was a sage. He is giving advice, this advice. Now we are reading Parikshit on how devotion alone makes life meaningful. Yeah, the king Parikshit, for whom this whole Bhagavat has been narrated by Shukadeva. So here Parikshit says that alone is real faculty of speech, which is used for reciting the Lord's attributes and His glories. Those alone are real hands which are used for the service of the Lord. Sa bag jayatasya gunan grinite. That alone is the real faculty or bak, speech, which is used for reciting the Lord's attributes and His glories. Karo cha tat karma karo manascha. Those alone are real hands which are used for the service of the Lord. Manascha smared vasantang. That alone is the real mind which contemplates on the Lord as dwelling in hearts of everybody. Huh? Not only here. Try to think that Lord resides in the heart. Manascha smared vasantang sthira jangameshu, which is moving. Sthira means which does not move, and jangama means which moves. In the moving and unmoving, every object, the Lord resides. Yeah.
There was just a big news article about plants' photoreceptors, and the scientists are calling that consciousness, and it's creating this huge debate about, is a plant conscious? No way, it can't be. So moving and unmoving, that's the definition.
Yeah, but you see, when this statement is done thousands of years ago, they found that consciousness is there in the moving. We are moving. Plant, what you call, animals are moving. Microbes are moving. Ants, minor, big, they are moving. There we know there is prana, there is consciousness. But in the stone, in the rock, in the water, yes, there is also. So you have to, Bhakta should see God in everything. What a beautiful idea. You keep your mind, contemplates on the Lord dwelling in everything. And then, Srinoti Tatpunna Kathaya Sakarna, and that alone is the real power of hearing, which is utilized for the listening to the description of the Supreme Being. Sirastu tasso bhayolingamaname. Again, that alone is the real head, Sira, which bows down before the two symbols of the Lord, His image and His devotees. This Vaishnava idea is so great. It says that you bow down before God, and next bow down before a devotee, because he is a lover of God. He who loves God, you should respect him. And you love God means you love his devotees also. So that's why he says that devotion goes two ways. That means he's making you humble. God is everywhere. At least you see and adore them. If you cannot, at least the Lord and his devotees. If you cannot extend now to all the people in the universe, but you at least see that. They alone are the real eyes. Jat pashyati tati chakshu. See, manase tattadeva jat pashyasi. Tassam tasya ubhayo lingamano met etad deva jat pashyati. He says his image is devotee. He then alone are the real eyes who sees them both, the images and the devotees. That means with the eyes he sees the same divine in the Lord and in the devotee. That's why Thakur saw one day, Ramakrishna saw one day, there is a reading going on. Someone is reading this book, what we are reading now, this same book. And Sri Ramakrishna saw, and there is in the front of a Krishna temple in Dakshineshwar, there is a Krishna image and Krishna puja is done, Lord Krishna. And the person, the reading like me, someone is reading the book. So Sri Ramakrishna saw that a ray of light came from Krishna, touched the book, touched the heart of the reader, went back. Said that's why we say sometimes our Daya Prana and special days always say Bhagavat Bhakto Bhagavan, not Bhagavat. It's Bhagavat. This is the Bhagavat. Bhagavat. She quickly sometimes passes, it's become Bhagavat. Bhagavat na. Bhagavat, Bhakta, the devotee. It was Sri Ramakrishna. Maybe it touched Sri Ramakrishna. Triangle. Krishna, Ramakrishna, the holy text. They are one triangle. Ray of light came and he felt.
Oh, Bhagavat is the text, the scripture.
Bhagavat. Related to Bhagavan is called Bhagavat. Bhagavat, Bhakta. Bhakta is the devotee and Bhagavan is the Lord.
Bhagavan means Lord.
Lord. And Bhagavat is related to Bhagavan is Bhagavat. Related to Bhagavan is called Bhagavat. Anyhow,
Like Bhagavad Gita.
that's Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavat and the Lord and the devotee Sri Ramakrishna, they are one. He saw a ray of light came and touched the Bhagavat and probably touched his heart and the triangle went back.
When did this happen?
Both Bhakta and Bhagavan.
Oh,
Sri
that's
Ramakrishna or the leader? Who is the Bhakta?
I think that it is Sri Ramakrishna talking. Anyhow, I don't know, I forgot the description. But it is said that he saw that. The ray of light came
who
from
was he?
Krishna, Thakur. Sri Ramakrishna said.
So,
Sri Ramakrishna saw in a Bhagavat, one gentleman was reading the Bhagavat, and suddenly in this mood of ecstasy, Sri Ramakrishna saw a ray of light came from the image of Krishna in the temple and touched the book, holy text, and it touched the Bhakta. Bhakta I do not know, meaning himself or the reader, maybe, but I am meaning, you can check it in the book, what is true.
Swami, can you say Bhagavan Shiva?
Bhagavan Shiva, yeah.
That's okay. Is he
Bhagavan
addressed-
can be utilized for all.
But is he addressed that way commonly? Bhagavan Shiva?
Shiva. No, yeah, you can say normally it is Shiva, Shiva, Shiva.
Okay,
Shiva is
that's what I
so.
was thinking. They just
Shiva does not get any an adjective. Sometimes.
Mahimna Stotram,
Ah.
this is Bhagavan.
Ah,
That's
Bhagavan
once or twice.
They call Ramana Maharshi Bhagavan.
Bhagavan, Ramana Maharshi, Bhagavan, any guru they call Bhagavan. Sai,
Ramakrishna
Bhagavan Sai
also.
Baba,
Sri Ramakrishna.
Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we say. Anyone, a spiritual person, their follower lineage, they say Bhagavan.
They call Ramakrishna Thakur.
Thakur. Thakur is a colloquial language, but Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. It is used by Swami Vivekananda.
It means Lord Rama.
Lord Rama.
Bhagavan is also devotional, right? More devotional than.
Bhagavan is a representation of God incarnate.
Oh, okay.
Shiva.
Mostly in a devotional way, or no? Not what you
Bhagavan
say, no?
is used in devotion, duality.
Yeah.
So, his eyes then alone are the real eyes who sees them both, the image of the images and the devotees. They alone are the real limbs. These limbs means hand and feet, which becomes purified by the waters with which the feet of holy in ages and holy men are washed. Holy images. Holy images is washed. That's why we take drink every day. In the pujarin they put for us the sacred water that is washed. But because when you bathe the deity, then the pujarin pours water as if the Lord is being bathed. That's why that water dedicated to God becomes so pure. So that will purify our body and mind.
And before bathing also, the first is Padam. You wash the feet on
Padam. We're done, no? Yeah, we are done. Another two small verses are there. So we'll read it next day. So this is the point we got, no? So exercise, utilize all our sense organs, via God. Oh, acha, please sit for a second. We'll see. We are very sad to know that our Elizabeth, who is to attend to this class, all of us, that that lady who came from Sweden. He went back from here, and he said that she is coming again in July. We said yes, please come. She was feeling some headache for a long time, didn't know what is the reason. And ultimately, in the plane journey, it was a long plane hours because she was a student. So went maybe with a cheap ticket, 60 hours of plane here and there. Anyhow, she suddenly found a severe pain and this and that, and ultimately it was found that the tumor in the brain, and she passed away suddenly. So just passed away. Such a bright girl. So really we are so sad to hear, and she was here so lively. So let us think of pray for her for 1 minute. Please sit quietly and pray for her. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam Astu.
She must be the Ramakrishna now.
She was so devoted, and she, by this young age, she has gone to different. Ammachi, she went to India. Where she went? In India.
Sharda Math.
Sharda Math. Also to women's organization.